Hello everyone, this is Jeff Zaleski again for part 2 on Megaman X. I'm going to play the last 4 bosses of the game and stop right before we get to go see Sigma. And as you remember, I stopped off on Flame Mammoth, but now I'm going to continue on to Armored Armadillo. I do not recommend fighting Armored Armadillo without his weakness, which is going to be Sparkmandril, but we'll come to that later. At Armored Armadillo stage, you'll discover a lot of spikes and a lot of quick, cheap kills, and even that little crazy beaver-looking tank thing is an insta kill if you touch the spikes, and we'll see it again as it goes. As I go. Here we go. There it was. As I blaze through this trail, there's not a whole lot to be keeping track of, except for later I'll inform you of what other secrets are here on this level later. And one of them is a pretty big one. But now we're at Armored Armadillo's stage, and he's going to be a very long, drawn-out fight, especially if you can't get his armor off. He's going to shoot little bursts of energy at you really fast. It's hard to jump over them. He's also going to block all of your attacks if he can. You can maybe get the one shot through randomly. And this is going to be one of his major moves. It's just bouncing around on the sides. This is going to be pretty long, but I'm just going to give you a quick look-see. And he'll also reflect your charge shots if he defends them. As you can see me doing 2 times. I paid for it. Simply shoot him as many times as you can until it hits, really, and be careful about the charge shots. This is going to take a while, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to talk about Flame Mammoth. Remember when I did Flame Mammoth, his level was frozen over. Well, I replayed the game, and I'm going to show you what it should look like with the fire and everything. You'll find the floor is on fire, and later fire will be emitting from that area where the E-tank and the heart container was. Let's go back. Well, I haven't done anything. Well, how about I go to another stage that gets affected by someone else's defeat? Sparkmandril stage. You'll see it'll be destroyed because I defeated Storm Eagle earlier. But for now, I redid it, and I'm going to show you what the stage would normally look if you chose to fight him first. As you can see, the spark is shooting at you, and if you didn't defeat Storm Eagle, you'll have a harder sub-boss. But back to Armored Armadillo, as you can see, he's almost there. Come on, pump it through, pump it through. There we go, that final shot getting through. And for what you just saw is about the basis of what that fight's going to look like, other than from the first half where he was just bouncing off the walls. Well, I pumped him with enough shots, and I'm going to continue on with my little pose. And then fly on up to obtain his ability. His ability is going to be Rolling Shield. It's going to be this kind of ball that's going to be shot from my blaster, and it's going to just take in enemy attacks and obliterate them. It's going to be handy later with the arm upgrade. Now, as I continue, I'm going to go to Sparkmandril stage. And instantly you're going to see a difference from when I showed you that example to here. And hopefully this is the way you have it, because you're going to find it's going to be a lot easier. And the only downfall to having the blink crash in is going to be the rolling blackouts that you'll see eventually. As I blast the blue guy, here's beginning the first of the blackouts here. But do note that there are blackouts right here in this part of the stage, and again in a different part of the stage, regardless if the ship's crashed. But here is the sub-boss, and if you did not defeat Storm Eagle, you will not have the ability that I'm using to defeat him really fast and easy. The Storm Tornado is going to be your best bet at defeating him relatively fast. It's going to obliterate the little water droplets that can slow you down, or, I mean, literally stop you. As you can see, it's stopping me in midair. And also, he plugs in, and those little puffs are supposed to be lightning bolts, but because all the lightning's been compromised, he doesn't have anything to use. Once you blaze through him, you're going to continue on this long path of random projectiles being shot at you and enemies kind of rolling around. But really fast, I want to show you the heart container. And as you can see, you're going to try to do a dash jump like how you did to get the helmet, but you're also going to pull back to try to get it. I'm not doing it now, mainly because I couldn't do it within 5 seconds. And also, this isn't the video for it. I'm going to play through the other blackout area and hit Sparkmandril's stage. Walking through this second door. Yes, I did save state. I saved state and load state randomly just in case. Because this is the first time I ever fought him with just my Mega Buster. I normally fight him with his weakness. But Sparkmandril's pretty simple. He does 4 techniques just like every other boss. He'll do the climb and hang. If you go under him, he'll drop. It doesn't knock you over like Flame Mammoth, but it can hurt you if he lands on you. He does that lightning move, and then he also does a punch move, just like that. And if you're on the wall, it'll knock you clear off the wall, and he also has the normal jump ability. After pumping him with enough shots, of course, you will win, and you will do your little pose and teleport out, and you will get his special ability, which is going to be Electric Shock. And just to inform you a little bit about it, it's going to be this little puff ball of lightning, and if it hits a wall, it's going to dissipate on the wall into 2 parts, one going up and one going down. And also, never mind, I forgot. But to continue on, I'm going to continue on to fighting Launch Octopus. As you can see, as I take a long time to choose. Launch Octopus is one of those characters that if you defeat, you alter someone else's stage. If you defeat Launch Octopus, you alter Sting Chameleon's level by putting water everywhere. And you'll see why that's important later when I do the Secrets and Sigma stages. But for the meantime, I'm running through the stage, and one thing you want to note that when you're in the water, your jump is incredibly high, which can work against you because there are spikes randomly on the ground. If you don't know the stage like I do, you could end up hitting the spikes, and it could just end your time being there. But this is your first boss. This is a submarine. The little light on top of it would go off, and it shoot lasers at you. But if you take it off, he'll just shoot the eels at you, and if you use the tornado, they're not a big problem. But really, the fastest way to do it is to use your Mega Buster and just hammer him as many times as you can with your normal shot. Then you gotta fight him again, but this time he's gonna second blow air. He does it in the other one, but it wasn't very useful for him. But this time, if he sucks you, if he can suck you towards him, you can fall into the spike pit or blow you into the other spike pit. But here's a quick little secret just to show you so you don't have to traverse the bottom. Basically, you jump on the ship and you can either destroy it or jump clear over to the other side and continue on. But I chose to destroy it because if you do destroy it, you'll take out all the spikes, and if you follow it down, it'll take you to another sub-boss battle, which is just this battle, just at a different area, and you're fighting for something. Instead of to continue on with the level, you're fighting to get a heart piece or a heart container. But as you can see, all you have to do is stand on either the first or second leak, depending on how high the head is, and hammer him as hard as you can with your Mega Blaster. As I blast through all the suckerfish, I continue on to Launch Octopus' stage. Launch Octopus is really fast, actually. He's one of the more faster ones other than Sting Chameleon. And what he'll do is he'll shoot 3 rockets at you, kind of like Sting Chameleon's tails whip kind of attack, except for there's a bigger opening. Also, you can shoot it and make them go away, but it also deflects your shot as well. He also shoots the shark torpedo thingies that track you, and they follow you around as you try to run away. He does a jump ability that if he gets you, it'll hurt, and he also has his whirlpool technique that you see him doing constantly. And that if it hits you, it will absorb your health. It'll steal health from you, which is pretty bad, and I think you can just mash like the directional pad and the buttons to escape even faster, but I forget. It's been a long time since I've ever been caught in that. But as you can see, I pumped him with enough bullets, and I get to continue on to do my little pose and get his ability. His ability is going to be Homing Torpedo, and it's going to shoot little missiles that are going to follow the enemy who's ever closest. It's going to be pretty handy when fighting certain bosses that move around a lot, or enemies that are also moving around a lot, because the missiles can just follow them. Ooh, bad cut. Well, I continue on to Boomer Kowanger, and I recommend that he is your last. He's always been my last. I always save him for last. He's really hard. I never like fighting him, and this is also going to be the first time I ever fight him without his weakness. But other than that, his stage is really simple. You just need to be careful of where all the enemies are. Use your abilities, because at this point you should have them all, basically. But be careful of the lasers on the ground when they come back and disappear and whatnot. Be aware of this elevator. Those spikes will kill you on an insta-kill, and if the spiky enemies get you, they can deflect you towards the spikes and you'll get that instant kill by a crush. And that also sucks. You'll climb the side of the tower, which will take a very long time, as you can see. It sucks. Right there was the health container that if you beat this boss, you're actually able to get. This the only container that you actually need the boss's ability to get. But with this boss, I do save state and I edit it heavily. But he uses 4 techniques just like the rest. He'll take the hook on his head and throw it at you like a boomerang. You'll see that shortly. He'll be able to teleport, like as you saw him come in, basically. It's similar to that. And then also, if he's close enough, he'll grab you. You'll see all these a little bit later after the cut. Also, you need to be aware of his teleporting. You can touch him and he'll do damage to you just like that. And if he's close enough to you, he'll throw you up. Alright, when you defeat him, like how I did, you'll get his ability, which is the boomerang cutter, which allows you to get items that are further away from you. And it's the only ability that actually replenishes itself. It's very, very nice. Alright, well, that's all 8 bosses, and the next video will be the secrets, and then I'll continue on to fight Sigma and all his goons, and I'll also beat all the normal bosses with their weaknesses. But as you can see, after the 8 bosses, Megaman 0 talk, and 0 says he discovers Sigma's place. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Stay tuned for the next video. See ya and have a nice day.